The shadow on the wall was of a small man, with scraggly hair and a long, thin, hook-shaped nose. It moved quickly through the city, stretching as its owner passed under street lamps, then shrinking as he scuttled away. The man was dressed entirely in black. Black shoes, black socks, black jeans, black underwear, not currently on display, a black jacket and black gloves. If he'd passed through an X-ray machine, it would have revealed that his heart was also black. The figure stopped outside a large, modern two-storey house that sat halfway down a leafy suburban street called Success Court. The number 11 was etched into the side of a stainless steel letterbox. The house was bathed in darkness. Both the house and the street were quiet and still. The man slipped behind a sculptured bush and crept through impeccably landscaped grounds. He moved to the rear of the property, stopping abruptly as a shaft of moonlight illuminated his reflection in a ground floor window. He could make out the colour of his eyes, one brown and the other blue. He blinked, then his lips curled into a smile, revealing teeth that were pointed like the incisors of a rat. He checked the area for movement. Nothing. The yard was empty. The only sound was the tinkle of water cascading into a nearby bird bath. Stepping back from the window, the figure reached into his belt and removed a radar scanner and a GPS unit. He designed this device himself. It would produce a thermal image of the interior of any building it was pointed at, highlighting the brain waves of anyone in there. These images were then relayed back to the GPS viewer. The man examined the house methodically. He could see the brain patterns of two adults asleep in a large bed in a downstairs room. A peanut-shaped blip indicated that a cat slept at the bottom of a set of stairs, and two child-sized signatures were emitted from a bunk bed in an upstairs room. Placing the scanner and the GPS unit back on his belt, he slunk along the side of the house until he stood directly beneath the children's room. The window was partially open. The man reached for his tool belt once again, withdrew a box about the same size as a block of butter. He put the box under the open window, tapped the lid. It flipped open with surprising speed, extending lengthways. Then, as if by magic, a ladder appeared and rose into the air. Rung after rung sprang silently from the box until the ladder was tall enough to reach the upstairs window. The man pushed a button on the side of the box and the ladder stopped growing. With a solid clack, the last few rungs snapped into place. The man began climbing. He moved with the grace of a cat, making no sound. Within seconds, he was outside the children's room. Opening the window a little wider, he studied the bedroom. It was compact and tidy, dominated by a double bunk bed. Two boys, aged between 8 and 10, slept soundly under matching superhero blankets. Their rhythmic breathing filled the room. A variety of toys were packed neatly into boxes at the end of the bed, and clothing sat clean and folded in two sets of open drawers. A look of disgust crossed the man's face. I bet they're good boys, he thought. Well, not for much longer. A transparent ball about the size of the head of a lollipop appeared in his hand. A purple mist swirled inside. The man squeezed the ball, then rolled it onto the bedroom floor. After a few seconds, the outer skin of the globe dissolved and the mist leaked into the room. That'll make sure you don't wake up. From beneath his jacket, the man withdrew a device that looked like a thermos flask, except the cylindrical body of the thermos was made of clear perspex, and it didn't hold tea or coffee. Instead, it contained a minute engine. The man claimed the motor was powerful enough to suck the coat off a wombat, though no one was brave enough to ask him how he knew. Attached to the top of the device were a short, fat tube and a suction cup. Holding the thermos in one hand, the man reached into his tool belt and took out a gas mask. He placed it on his face and crept further into the mist-filled room. I don't know why. It's just what he did. I want to read more.